if you have two left socks, then you can still walk. Because socks don't really have like a left and right unless they've got designs on them. Um, and my hair shrunk a lot because I just washed it, and you know, shrinkage is good. Today's album of the day. Ooh, oh, there's a burp that won't come out. Today's album of the day is We Are the Bogs by the Bogs. This album was interesting because when you look at the cover, you're expecting maybe like a band that sounds like The Strokes, maybe. Honestly, that's what I thought. Or like one of those Arctic Monkeys-esque bands from the early 2000s, right? Wrong. This, like, I think this is like folk punk. Uh, they play a bunch of folky songs, and there's like a lot of energy of like, what's the word? Just kind of like deadpan, just I'm gonna do this because I like doing this kind of shit, you know? Um, I don't even know if the entirety of this like picture played in this thing. I think it was just this guy for the most part. There's a lot of songs that seem to just be him and guitar. Um, he's it sounds like he's like trying to imitate Bob Dylan almost, but he's not quite there. Like he's on the path to wanting to imitate him. Like this is his first impression, and he's doing an okay job. Not really, but you know that's kind of sounds like what he's going for. And I can't even begin to say how many bands and how many solo artists have either tried or are currently trying to copy Bob Dylan, but I could say that about really any one of those like extremely like one of those artists everyone idolizes. It's really hard to not find people that imitate them. Um so a lot of these songs are acoustic, like they're like singer-songwriter songs, but they've got like this punky like I don't give a kind of energy, you know? Like it looks like he's doing the the 50 Cent where he's just like, you know? That's really what this felt like for the most part. Um and you know, the guitars are not really ever like in tune. Vocals are also not really ever in tune. It kind of sounds like they're just playing to have fun. And I fuck with that kind of behavior, especially if you know, you like doing what you're doing. There's plenty of artists that just cannot sing, like in a sense of like um intonality, or not intonality, what's the word? Intonation, but still like get their point across. Like you know, Tim Kinsella, for example, from Cap and Jazz, bro cannot sing, but he makes singing sound like it's more than just that. On here, songs that I really liked, and I'm pretty sure they're copying another album cover from an album way back in the day. I heard about that. I don't know which one it is. Um, so like the songs that I really liked on this album, um, like I thought, "Hard Times" was a really pretty song. "We Shall Meet Again" and "A Direction Taken" were really pretty. There's a lot of interludes in this album that are just kind of untitled. They just kind of exist. Like if you try to rip this CD, there's a bunch of like random awe interludes that all last like 20 seconds or something, which makes the album longer. But if you skip them, because they really are just like either like lo-fi recordings of something else. Like I think some of them are like blues recordings of like other artists from the way back in the day. If you skip those, it's not too long. Some of the songs do go on a little bit too long, where they're just kind of like, you know. To my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Picnic Lunch Pack for Two was pretty long. Uh, but most of the songs are pretty short. I think it's really just the interludes that make up that length. As for like what music you already like that you would enjoy this with, if you like any really deadpan singer-songwriter music, you'll like this. I feel like if you like Bob Dylan especially, you'll like this. I can't really think of, like, the target audience for this kind of music, because I really don't know. I mean, I guess you could call it folk punk, I guess, but it's got, like, a completely different, like, energy than a lot of other folk punk I've listened to. Like, it's not super political, it's just very, like, melancholic DIY, I don't give a shit kind of, kind of that kind of thing. But it wasn't a bad album. I did feel like it was a bit long, but it was not a bad album. But yeah,